First Take Edition NBA
Yep.
Playoff Talk Show. I don't think we're gonna go too far into predictions and stuff, but if we have
Yeah.
to, we shall.
And this has been a while since we've done it, so we thought it'd be nice to just bring it back. Yeah, let's see.
Alright,
We gotta turn on. Alright,
so Mike,
yeah.
my first
What up?
question to you is, alright,
hmm Yep.
if the Clippers, the Clippers are most likely gonna be the second seed in the West. If
Okay.
they get into the playoffs and they play against a 7 seed, what team will give them the most trouble? What matchup wouldn't they want to see in the first round?
Hmm. Well, to be honest, I think the way the Clippers are, I think with like the duo of PG and Kawhi is like amazing this season. Like I'm like astonishing.
No
And I
one's gonna
feel
give
for,
them trouble?
and I feel yeah no I feel like the only team that can give them trouble is the Lakers just because they're a really other competitive
No,
team.
I'm saying in the first round matchup, like 2-7. Like I'm talking about like either the Mavericks, Thunder, Pelicans, Grizzlies, like those bottom teams. If you had to pick like one of
No no
those.
uh maybe the
And
Mavericks actually maybe the Mavericks.
alright, and give an explanation why.
Well, you see, look, here's the thing. So the duo that the Clippers have is just like PG and Kawhi. I understand it's pretty good, but Mavericks also have a pretty good duo with Kristaps and Luca. And Luca, on the other hand, Luca this season has shown a lot of improvement, and he's been doing like really good. And then you also got Kristaps, who actually also is still doing good, and it's only like his what, fifth season? I don't know, right?
Third, fourth, or fifth, yep. And
Mhm.
I agree with you. I would like to add on. Alright,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love Luca and Porzingis. I think in 5 years they're a top 4 or 5 duo in the league. So far,
Yeah.
their chemistry together was elite. Luca could put up a triple double on any given night, and I think also Luca is like a superstar. He's box office. He's like I wouldn't say he's like one in a million because you also got LeBron who's like a triple double threat along with Luca, but the guy has a bright future. And if I had to pick someone other than Giannis, like who's gonna be the best player in a few years, Luca's probably right next to him. I might
Yeah.
even put Luca in front. But we'll see what
And
happens in the playoffs. But I like Luca and Porzingis. They got something going. They really got
yeah, and one
something
more
going.
thing about the Mavericks, they also have Boban. Now I know Boban was incredibly good with Toby, with like when they were on the Clippers together, when they were on the Sixers together. But also he also has this like, and I've actually noticed this too myself. He also has really good connection with Luca, and plus Boban isn't so bad himself. I think,
And that height and stuff.
and that height advantage. Now that's a real thing. With Kristaps and Boban's height, that's going to be a big, good advantage for the
But
Mavericks.
the thing to the Clippers' advantage, they're a
Is
top
that the guy?
three defensive team in the league. I know that
Yep.
Kawhi, he doesn't have the height advantage, but his wingspan and his ability to make plays in the defensive end is huge. But I'm not saying that the Clippers are gonna sweep the Mavericks. I think that
And
I think
yep.
that the Mavericks could actually push it to like a 6 game series. I don't see it going to 7, but I don't see them getting swept either. But I think
hmm
they're contenders in 2 to 3 years. I just don't think that this is their time, but anything could happen, I say.
And plus, I think with the Clippers having the addition of Kawhi this season, they can learn a lot from Kawhi, seeing as Kawhi has a lot of Finals experience. He's been Finals MVP almost like what, like now twice, 3 times.
Yep.
And so yeah, they can learn a lot from because
I mean,
with experience comes great chemistry with good experience.
and I've been saying this for the past year. Besides LeBron, I think Kawhi is the second best player in the world. That's no debate. At one
hmm
point last year, it was Giannis, but then Kawhi went into Milwaukee and shut down the crowd. in the conference finals, Kawhi showed that he could beat Giannis, and at any given point he could come up clutch. Most importantly, the shot against the 76ers. And if there's
Ooh.
someone that you want to take a shot, uh, I'll wind it down to LeBron, Kawhi, or Dame. I know LeBron's not clutch like a shooter, but still you would want him at the ball or Kawhi. Like if the finals is on the line, I might actually pick Kawhi because I'll be more confident in him. But I would want LeBron to maybe inbound the ball and like throw an alley oop to AD because he has like a bigger dominant teammate than PG and Kawhi. I think LeBron and AD is the better duo, but it's close. So,
Yeah, I honestly don't really know how Kawhi did it last season.
mhm.
Really popped off.
He clamped up Giannis. If he could clamp up Giannis, he could clamp up LeBron. I'm sorry to say it, but I'll be the first one to tell you. Someone who never goes against LeBron, I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers win the whole thing.
Yep. I will have to agree with you on that one.
So,
Yeah. Oh, all right. Next question.
all right. Let me see. Can Jason Tatum be the best player on a championship team?
Okay, my
So, what
championship
I mean
team.
by this question is, I'm not saying can he be a LeBron, but can he be like the standout player? Because they also have Kemba, Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, Gordon Hayward. Can he be that one standout player? Like, can he be like the best player on the
Hold up.
team?
1 second. One second. Sorry for the wait, Phil. All right, so we're back to the Tatum question, correct?
Yes, so I'll explain it in better words. So the Celtics, they have a lot of talent on the team. They're a young core. They have a lot of talent. Good coach. Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Can he
Correct.
prove that he can be the standout player on the team? Can he separate himself from the other players on the team? Is he
It's-
already like an all-star? Is he already a superstar?
Uh, if I'm being honest, yes, he can. Um, Tatum as of right now, from I don't know if you see this too, but I see Tatum as of right now as a role model player on the Celtics.
A
I
role
think when I
model?
think of this, well, like when I think of the Celtics, the first player that obviously comes to my mind is Jason Tatum. A very outstanding player he was this season.
Alright, and
And
that was
now,
also another way to word the question. When you think of the
yeah,
Celtics, who's the first player that comes to your mind?
yeah, Tatum. But like, here's the thing. Maybe some people will say Kemba, but in my opinion, I really think it's Tatum because here's why. Kemba is already getting old. He, I don't think he really has that experience with the Celtics like he did with the Bobcats or like with the Hornets. Now over there in Charlotte, now that's like where he was. Like
I
what?
mean,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. What were you saying, Phil?
Kemba, he's only 30, like he's still young. But
I
I
know,
think
but
he could still make clutch shots. He's still one of the clutchest players in the NBA. When
uh,
people think of like clutch shooters, they come to like Lillard, like Kawhi, LeBron, Luca.
and,
But I also
mhm,
have another question for you.
yeah.
Speaking of Kemba Walker, is
Yes.
he the
Oh,
most underrated point guard in the NBA?
underrated.
And if no, who do you think is the most underrated point guard in the NBA?
Underrated point guard. Now, when it comes to point guards, I can't really think of anyone underrated. I think a lot of point guard because I think that this decade, especially in this decade, there's a lot of good point guards out there as of right now, and I really can't think of one. Oh, okay. Shea, yeah, he's a like Shea's a point guard, right? Or I think we're shooting guard,
Well,
but he's mostly a point guard, right?
yeah.
All right. So if I'm being honest, Shea is very underrated. You don't, because if I'm being honest, when on the Clippers, I don't really think anyone thought of him that much. But now that he's on OKC and he's actually proved himself, and he's become some player this season, and I think he's doing pretty good. So I think as of right now, Shea, in my opinion, is one of the
Like
most underrated point guards.
currently?
Yeah, currently I think Shea is one of the most underrated point guards.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. My next question, Michael.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna read you the standings right now in the West, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna answer the question first, okay?
Okay.
So at so the eighth seed in the West right now. Let me see.
Mhm.
So at the number 8 seed, it is the Grizzlies. They are 32 and 33. All right.
Mhm. Yeah.
4 games
Okay.
behind them are the Blazers, who are
Okay.
29 and 37. And then 3.5 games behind the Grizzlies are the Pelicans. The Kings
Okay.
are tied with the Pelicans. The
Mhm.
Spurs are a half game behind the Kings and Pelicans. And the Suns are 2 games behind the Spurs. So, Michael, I'm going to answer this question first, alright? The
Okay.
question is, who gets the 8th seed in the West. Okay?
Yeah.
So you know how they're gonna finish off the season with 8 games, right?
Yes. To
So
fight for the
I think
seed.
that the
Hmm.
standings are gonna stay the same, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think the
Okay.
Grizzlies secure the 8th seed. They're already 3.5 games ahead. So what this is saying is Portland can afford to lose 3 games.
Okay.
So if they lose 3 games, they probably won't get the 8th seed, and the Grizzlies have to lose the rest of the games. And the Suns, they can't afford to lose 2 games, which they're definitely gonna, because they play the Lakers, Clippers, and the Raptors, so they're already out of it. The Spurs and the Kings aren't gonna do anything because the Spurs have like a less than 1% chance. They're already 4.5 games behind, and they could only afford to lose 2 or 3 games. So I don't see the Grizzlies moving out of the 8th seed. I think Ja Morant is a stud. He's a star. He's like the next future, face of the NBA. And
Mhm.
I could tell you the Grizzlies' schedule right now. They play Portland, the Spurs, Pelicans, Jazz, Thunder, Raptors, Celtics, and the Bucks. All right, so it's like an half and half schedule. The Blazers game, I think they're gonna lose. When they play
Mm.
the Spurs, I think they're gonna win. They're gonna beat the Pelicans. They're
Uh-huh.
gonna lose to the Jazz. They're gonna beat the Thunder. They're gonna lose to the Raptors. They're gonna lose to the Celtics, and they're gonna lose to the Bucks. So I
Mhm.
think since the Grizzlies are already 3.5 games behind, I don't see them
Mhm.
moving out of the playoff spot because they're already in it. So I don't see how they don't make it. Tell me your take.
I'm actually gonna have to give it to the Pelicans for this one over the Grizzlies. Now here's why. Rookie like John, um, what is it? John Zion, right? They're like rookies this season, and now I feel when it comes to rookies playing for like bad teams,
But Ja this season played better than Zion.
well, Zion was out for most of the season. Keep that in mind. So what I'm pretty sure what Ja was thinking in his head is that what, my my number one like rookie competition's out. Let me take advantage of this and just like do the best I can. But now that Zion's back, I feel that Ash is gonna put some pressure on Ja.
So, but why wouldn't Zion get pressure? Zion, he's like a piece of glass. He could touch his teammate and he'll get hurt. And I was watching a highlight video yesterday of Ja. He's an elite passer. His ball handling is probably top 5 in the NBA. He could create a shot. He knows where his teammates are. His IQ is high. To me, he's a mix of Kyrie and Westbrook. What do you get
That
out of Zion?
Zion, Zion's just a good player overall, and he is a good teammate. But most of all, the way that his posterizing. Now, I don't remember I saw anything like Zion's posterizing in a while.
But
He's a really good
I
posterizer
will give
and
something to the
paint thief.
Pelicans. I think they have a better young core than the Grizzlies in Ingram,
Brandon Ingram.
Lonzo, Hart, Jackson Hayes,
Exactly.
even JJ Redick. But I
JJ
think,
Redick is like a good
but
shooter.
I'm saying, since the Grizzlies are already almost 4 games ahead of the Pelicans, I don't see how the Grizzlies fall out of it. And like I just said about John, like I'm not a Pelicans hater. They're probably like in my top 10 for favorite team. But like I'm not hating on them. I'm gonna read you the schedule right now, Michael. All right, Jazz,
Hmm.
win or lose. Oh shit.
What?
No, they actually lucked out on the schedule. All right, Michael. So Pelicans versus Jazz, win or lose.
Pelicans. Pelicans versus Jazz.
They'll probably lose that game, right?
Probably. Yeah, we'll
And
see what Mitchell can do.
they play the Clippers. They're gonna lose
Oh
that
yeah,
game.
exactly. Yeah,
Then they
definitely.
play the Grizzlies. This is the
Ooh.
tough game. So if you want to say win or lose, you could go ahead say what you think.
Mhm. Win or lose, like Pelicans are good. Actually, maybe the Pelicans.
All right, and then they play the Kings twice. Think they're gonna win both, to lose both, or split?
Probably win. I don't know. The Kings,
But again, they have a young core too. I like De'Aaron
such
Fox,
young
Buddy Hield,
talent,
Marvin
such young
Bagley.
talent, such young talent, but they're just a team that can be easily beaten. Though.
All right, who's gonna win? Wizards or Pelicans? All right, I think the Wizards don't have
Pelicans.
Beal, so they're fucked.
Pelicans. Yep. And now it's just the Pelicans. Yep.
And
So
they
it's
play the
easily the Pelicans.
Spurs. They're an old team. I think I'll also go with the Pelicans. And the Pelicans versus Magic. I think I'm gonna take
Pelicans.
the Magic because
You can take.
Vucevic and Gordon. But I'm just saying, if the Grizzlies were the 9 seed and the Pelicans were the 8 seed, I would also say the Pelicans. But
I'm really
as
just saying Pelicans because
but
they have like.
as of right now, the Pelicans aren't even in the playoff picture. So I don't see how the Grizzlies fall out of it. If it was like
Well,
maybe if it was a 12 game restart, I would say sure, Pelicans. But it's only 8 games, so they can't
yeah, but.
afford to lose half of them. But to be honest, the Pelicans lucked out on the schedule. They play the Grizzlies, they play the Kings twice, they play the Spurs,
Mhm.
the Wizards without Beal, and they play Orlando. So they
Mhm.
have actually the easiest schedule this
Mm.
like for the playoffs.
Mm. Yeah.
But Michael, I think we're forgetting about someone.
Well, the thing is, the Pelicans, well, like the Grizzlies, I feel like all they really have, this is just in my opinion, but I think all they really have is Ja and Triple J.
But Michael, do you know who we're sleeping on?
Ooh.
Portland. Did you forget?
Ah, yeah.
Did you even forget about them? They're
I
one
was
game.
keeping Damon in line.
They're
Keeping Damon
one
in line.
game ahead of the Pelicans right now. So they're one game better, one more win, one less loss. They're 3.5 games behind the Grizzlies. But then again, I don't see the Grizzlies falling out of it. Let's take a look at the Blazers' schedule, Michael. Alright,
Okay.
let's break it down. Alright.
And and this is Dame. If they don't win like the
They
games,
have
then Dame's
one of the
out.
toughest schedule. Grizzlies, Michael, are they gonna win or lose?
They actually might win.
Alright.
They, what am
Celtics,
I? Oh, my controller.
Rockets, Nuggets, Clippers. That's 4 straight L's. Celtics,
Mhm.
Rockets, Nuggets, Clippers. 76ers. That's probably an L. The
Probably.
the Mavericks, I'll probably say L, and the
Yep.
Nets, they'll win. So they're gonna win 3 games.
Yeah.
So that means that even if they win 3 games based on
Even I know
our
my teams.
predictions, they'll still be out of like
Mhm.
the picture.
Yeah.
So you think the Pelicans are gonna get the 8 seed?
Still thinking the Pelicans, their talent they can really do something. Their talent can be really useful. So with what they have and the rising players that they have, it can really be useful. It could be somewhat of a good advantage in the game in the 8 games in the playoff. If they make the playoffs. But for now I think it's just for the 8 games they'll take that to their advantage. And then the playoffs they'll use their young talent even more.
Ah,
Mhm.
all right. So my
Yep.
last question. So the Bucks in the East are the overwhelming favorites. It's
Yeah.
not even funny. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
they
just
should be that overhyped, but mm,
fact. It's Giannis and Giannis alone.
if the Bucks, I wouldn't say if they were in a team. Let's say they get knocked out of the playoffs, right?
Which they might, because if you remove Giannis, what are the what even are the Bucks? What kind of a team would they really be if they didn't have
That's my
Giannis?
point. So
Hmm.
if the Bucks either weren't in the
Hmm.
playoffs or
Yep.
let's say they lost, here
Uh-huh.
is my question for you.
Yeah.
You ready?
Mhm. All right. Go ahead.
Who is going to make the NBA Finals and be the best challenger to the Lakers or Clippers if it is not the Bucks? So, not necessarily who's going to make it if it's not the Bucks, but who matches up the best with them.
Maybe the Celtics. No, I'll give it to the Celtics for this one.
Alright, I will also say the Celtics, again, because of their young talent, but I only have
Yeah.
one problem with them.
Too much. Yeah. What's your problem?
Their size. So, let me quickly look up
Mm.
something.
And plus, the tall guys. I don't know. I don't like their tall guys.
Ennis Cantor is only 6'10", and he's
Ah.
the second tallest player. Daniel Tice, like the other
Yeah. They're starting.
center,
Yeah.
he's 6'8". He's LeBron's height, and they
Oh.
got the goat Taco Fall.
Oh.
So I
Who's?
don't like the center depth too much, and they're also one of the teams that can't afford somebody to get injured. So, say for example, all right. So, do you kind of get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. They
Like,
need. They need their players.
they can't afford an injury. They, and Hayward, his wife is pregnant. So once she has the kid, he said he's leaving the he's leaving, gonna leave the bubble.
I'm being honest. I think. I don't know if you think this, but I think during like before all this, before the shutdown, they didn't. The Celtics didn't really put Taco in that much. I'm thinking maybe if the Celtics want good advantage in the playoffs, I think they should put Taco in more and give. I think they should give Taco more minutes
Oh.
because think about it, Taco is really like the only like tall player on that team.
Mhm. That's the thing. When they play the Bucks, he'll posterize them. But then again,
Exactly.
Tatum, Jalen Brown, and what's it called?
Give
And Smart are elite defenders.
and but they get the right minutes, but Taco doesn't. If they want good advantage, give Taco more minutes. That's all. That's all I can say. Just give Taco more minutes. If you give Taco more minutes, then the Celtics will be completely fine. I
Yeah.
think Brad Stevens is a wise man, so he should be able to negotiate something with Taco.
Mhm. Oh, Michael, I have a fun fact for you.
Yeah. What's your fun fact?
Since 2013, there has been a player with the last name of Green in every NBA Finals.
Jeff Green, Gerald Green, Danny
Danny
Green,
Green from
Draymond
2013,
Green.
2014 from the Spurs, 2015 to 2019, Draymond and Jeff Green, and last year, Jeff Green from the Cavs. And then last year, Danny Green was on the Raptors.
Hmm.
Just a fun fact if you want it.
Yeah, this
Alright,
is
so
pretty
I do
fun.
think that the Celtics can beat the Bucks. I think they could beat the Raptors, but I don't see them beating the Lakers or the Clippers. That's just my
Oh
take.
no, yeah.
Alright,
Too overpowered those teams. The West always has the overpowered advantage.
alright. Your question, and then Luke should type questions in the chat. And
My question.
Luke, nothing stupid.
Alright.
Alright.
Oh, my question. Hold up. Let me try and think of something. Hmm. That'd be good. Ah, that's okay. Hey, okay. This would be good. If it did, say if it did, like in the finals, if it came down to like Lakers and Celtics, would it be a sweep for the Lakers or no?
Michael,
What do you think? Yeah.
my answer is no. I don't see it going to 7 games, just like Clippers versus Mavericks. I don't see it going to 7, but I don't see them getting swept. I would
Mm.
probably say game 6, but I also don't see it. I'm gonna be surprised if it's Game 5. But if it's a
Mm.
sweep, don't get me wrong, the Celtics are still a young team. But
Yeah.
I would, to play it safe bet, I would probably say Game 6. Because if the Celtics made it to the NBA Finals, I don't see them getting almost swept, which is like Game 5. So I'll see it going into like a Game 6. If I were to.
Yeah.
So.
But if I'm being honest, this is what I think about playing defense on LeBron is like probably taking one of the world's hardest tests ever. If I'm being honest, that's got to be
And
something like
and
it's got to
besides,
be a
the
hard
the
challenge.
Celtics are too talented to get swept.
Yeah, because look, you can get like one lucky block on LeBron, and that's just it. But then it would just be your one lucky block on him. Like remember that the Tatum block, right?
Yeah.
Like that was probably his only block on LeBron. I am pretty sure he will not get that lucky again. I, so yeah, all right, Luke can start asking questions.
That was your
That's
only question.
yeah, that's all I really have. I honestly don't got any more questions. You can start asking questions.
All right, Luke's typing in the questions now.
Okay. Okay, okay.
Uh, Michael, would you rather have him do it on my chat and then I just read it to you? No, look, it's
I
fine.
mean, I have my phone open.
All right.
Just in case it dies, then yeah, you can
Alright,
use your.
then you could just Luke, you could just type it in mine, and then I'll just read him the question. All right.
Yeah. Let me turn my phone off. Ah. Mm. Oh dang, it's a tiny.
He's just gonna do it from. Oh, Michael, why didn't you put the like
Yeah,
display
I don't know.
message thing on the
I
side?
forgot to do that. I forgot to do that. Maybe I could try and do it over stream. Oh yeah, I could. I could. Hold up. I think video clip settings. Broadcast. I'll do it right now. Wait. I can do it right now. And I can only view comments. Advanced settings. Yeah, I'll do it right now. I just did it. Phil.
You could still put it on.
Yeah, you could.
How?
Alright, there you go.
Oh.
If you yeah, it's in the broadcast settings.
Ah. Oh, it's in advanced settings, right?
Advanced settings, I think. Most affected by. Which team is most affected by players sitting out?
What team is the most effective? Uh, it's obvious. It's the Nets, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think it's the Nets. With
Kyrie, Kyrie out, KD out.
without the players sitting out, I think they're finals contenders.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Honestly, for the Nets, this is just like worst timing. They really just shouldn't be doing this. With Dinwiddie with COVID, DJ with COVID, Kyrie refusing to trying to protest to shut the whole thing down, and KD is still injured. it's just not good.
Alright, yeah, so it's already like worst case for them.
Yep.
Alright, yep, I think it's the Nets.
Yeah, easily. And even for me, it sucks. I'm a Nets fan, and this kind of just sucks, really. Could Zion make a case to be Rookie of the Year? I don't see why not.
I say no. Ja already made it. I mean, he's already almost clinched the playoffs. He already has like 90% of the votes. The other 10% are like ESPN frontrunner bandwagons who
Mm,
try to get him and LeBron to face off in the playoffs. Uh,
exactly.
I just think
I
that
know.
Ja right now is better than Zion. The only way I see Zion winning Rookie of the Year is
As if
if
somehow the NBA
is if
rigs it.
they could be the eighth seed and beat the Lakers in the first round, and he's the reason why they win. Otherwise,
Listen,
I don't
yeah.
know, Michael. I don't know why like you're so high up on Zion. He's not as good as everyone says he is.
Well, the way I see him is like he's very athletic, very strong,
And
good posterizer, and in a way he does kind of remind me of Shaq. I
not as
do
good
agree
as
with you.
everyone says they are.
I think, I think maybe Ja should win. Hopefully they don't rig it. Cause look, Zion's gonna have to have a dad like LeVar Ball if he's gonna win Rookie of the Year.
All right.
Cause LeVar Ball, this man LeVar Ball, he'll do anything to get what he wants and to make sure his kids gotta be better than LeBron or something.
I agree, but if all right, Michael. So do you agree with me that if the Grizzlies make the playoffs and the Pelicans don't, Ja won Rookie of the Year?
That could possibly be the case. Yes.
But how is it possible? Even if the Pelicans don't make the playoffs, you still see Zion winning Rookie of the Year. He played 45 less games. He didn't even play a quarter of the season. You,
Well, yeah, but all you can
he
also remember you can
he
also
shouldn't
check the
even
stats.
qualify. No, but stats don't mean anything. Like say for example, he could play 10 games and average 50 points. I would rather play 80 games and average 30 points per game than only play 10 games and average 50.
I mean, yeah, I kind of guess you're right that way.
And like I said, Zion is a piece of glass.
Yeah, very fragile. Well, I'll give it to Ja, but you're gonna have to admit that
Yeah, because
with the fit.
you still think that if the Pelicans make the that if they don't make the playoffs, Zion can still win Rookie of the Year. It's already been decided, Michael. The only people who are gonna vote for Zion are
Are
the
like,
ESPN analysts. So,
uh,
so
who? Okay, question number. Yeah, I agree. Question number three: who are you excited to see play the most? Player, team. I'll
I
give Celt. I'm actually giving the Celtics the hype.
I'm gonna say Celtics and Mavericks. I want to see Luka and Porzingis play. Porzingis obviously being on the Knicks, they don't go anywhere. They do shit. They won't. They
Exactly.
won't ever make the playoffs. Thank God Porzingis got off the team. I'm most excited
I'm
to
glad.
see the Mavericks play and the Celtics play because Tatum is coming. He's a superstar right now, and he was like a star the past like 3 seasons. But I think that this season he proved to himself that like uh
You know what I kind of hate about the Knicks fan base?
but I just
To
feel
them,
alright, carry on.
I don't know.
Talk
I was
Joe.
gonna say like, you know what I hate about the Knicks fan base? Sometimes what I really hate about them is that it's got to for them, the person that's got to get drafted to the Knicks has to be someone from exactly this country, and probably like I don't know, like the 20th player in the like 20th player in the nation.
Alright.
That's just for Knicks.
Alright, so besides the Celtics, Michael, what other two teams are you excited to see?
Obviously, Mavericks. Yeah, I do with you.
And
I want
I
to see.
would probably say OKC because, like you were talking before about Shy, and Chris Paul is finally gonna like be in the playoffs without Harden and like Blake. It's like he's the leader of the team, and like
Mm-hmm.
Steven Adams, Gallinari, and like even like that whole division actually. Denver, another young, talented,
Denver.
bright
Okay,
future
I'm gonna.
team, and the Jazz, who aren't contenders yet, but could possibly make a run. So I'm excited to
Hold on a
see
second.
those teams
All right.
play.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one, but I'm kind of. I can't. I don't. I can't really with Denver, honestly. Listen, Denver. I can. All I can like really think of, like when it comes to Denver, I can just think of really Jokic, and that's it. Cause I don't
Jamal
know.
Murray,
For
Michael
me,
Porter Jr., Will
yeah, but
Barton,
like
Gary
those
Harris.
guys, yeah, but like Jokic is. I think he's better than all those guys combined, honestly.
Oh my god. Well then, you don't
Uh,
watch enough
very,
tape.
but they are a very overrated team.
Well, no, just because he gets a lot of media attention doesn't mean that he's better than all the
Don't get me
players
wrong.
combined.
I see Jamal Murray too. It's just sometimes for me, I obviously see how what you call it, Jamal Murray plays. Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, but Paul Millsap too. Well, also still good. And Will Barton.
Yeah, and I'm saying they have a good team, and Bobo.
Well, Bobo, yeah, okay now. But what I really like about Denver, oh man, this is like what I love Bobo. I don't know why, but just Bobo is incredible. Okay,
Move on.
he's got to be. Nah, I want to say something about Bobo. Bobo, he's got to be the first player over 7 foot that can actually shoot pretty good.
Kitty.
I'm talking like 7'7"
He's not 7'7".
or 7'6". Actually, I don't even know. Isn't he like Manu Bull's height? I mean, like his father's height?
Alright, Luke.
How tall is he?
Alright, I mean, Michael, read the next question.
Ah, what percent chance would you give the Wizards to make the playoffs? Oh, I would give him no chance.
Less than one. Because
Exactly.
the Magic
Would
and Nets are already like 7 and 8 seed. The Magic, they're gonna stay at 7, I think. I don't see
mhm.
why they fall out of it. Uh,
Yep.
and the Nets, they're probably gonna lose almost all their games, and the Wizards are gonna lose almost all their games. So it's really just
Yeah.
gonna be like a race of the trash cans, like who gets to the finish.
Exactly.
Just yeah,
Yeah. You're not wrong there.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, anything can happen, but
Yeah.
Michael, Michael, Luke said
Yeah.
that you skipped a question.
It's not. It's not relevant. It's not relevant.
Uh, all right, Luke, keep typing questions. Luke's on the stream with
What?
Chip.
What? What free agents that hadn't been signed yet could change how teams play?
N- no one is a difference maker. I think Jamal Crawford was a big signing, but he's no LeBron
No,
James
no.
or anything like that.
He's
Like
nothing. He's 40. Got it. Retired already, my guy.
he's maybe gonna average maybe 7 or 8 points. I don't see him carrying the team.
Oh
So
no, Jamal Crawford. No.
yeah,
If you're talking
exactly.
2000, you're talking like 2000 era Knicks, then I guess yeah. 2000 era Jamal Crawford, then yeah. But no, not this Jamal Crawford.
Hmm.
Definitely not this Jamal Crawford. Cousins. What about Cousins? Actually, never mind.
Uh, Nothing big. Actually, he's probably gonna re-sign with the Lakers, and I
Again,
think
yeah, I think so.
if he does, that'll give them even a bigger advantage versus the Clippers. I mean, they still have the what's it called? Havel. They have Joakim Noah. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
hmm,
Joakim Noah, but what use can he really
Zubac.
be now, Joakim
Like
Noah?
they have a lot of height on the team, but like,
Yeah.
uh, Michael, if he's gonna fuck up, don't read it, cause I'll end the stream in a second.
Yeah, no.
Cause
No.
I know, cause I know
No,
what
I know.
I know what he's up to, and you should know it too.
No, I know. I see it. I see what he's typing in the chat. If he, whenever he asks an relevant question, that's when I'll share it out.
All right, look, can you ask a on test question, please?
Oh, wizard. Okay. Alright, Phil. What team do you think will get nervous due to little experience?
I mean, the Nets don't have anything to lose; they're already screwed.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Did you say the? No, not the Grizzlies.
I'll
I
say
was gonna
none because they
all have
because
experience. They all
no
have to have.
no no no. There's no home court. So like, say for example, if the Grizzlies were to play at Staples Center, that's a whole
Mhm.
different story. But there's
Yeah.
no home court, so
Mhm.
I say none. They'll play it like it's a
I
practice game at their own practice
I agree.
facility.
And you know how every player is at practice, they always do really good.
And like that's like saying the Nets playing at TD Garden, Scotty Bank Arena.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. You didn't get to say anything. Oh, poor DA.
all right. Luke's gonna type something else in the chat, so just give him a
You
second.
ready? All right. No.
Next question.
Okay, so all right, so Luke, all right, so Luke person in his this is in his opinion, he thinks the Rockets will choke. So what do you think?
All right. What do we think? By choke, I hope he doesn't mean losing in the first round because they're not. If they're the
They're
4 or
not.
the 5 seed, I think they're gonna beat Utah, OKC, Denver, or the Jazz.
I have a good
So
chance of that.
I, by token, I'm not saying that they're gonna get first round because they're not. They could beat
But the
any one of those teams. But I'm saying
well,
once they get to the
don't seem
second round and have to play the Lakers and or Clippers, then it's safe to say they're screwed. But I
yeah,
don't consider
exactly.
that being a
They're not.
choke. And I said it in the beginning of the season: Lakers Clippers Western Conference Finals. I'm not gonna change my mind
Yeah, me neither.
unless like I see that something happened. But I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
me
change my
neither.
mind on that.
Yeah.
So, and
Rockets this year
do you have the
definitely
same
they will
explanation as
definitely
me, Michael?
yeah they definitely I'm not saying they're gonna get out first round. They're not that kind of team. They're
Yeah,
a pretty
because
good
Luke
team, but
he
finals
he doesn't like the Rockets because they were
Rockets.
always Warriors competition, so he was never like a fan.
Oh, I can see that, but they're a really good team. So first round no,
Yeah,
but it's a guarantee that they're not gonna go to the finals because Clippers and Lakers are just
Harden and
huge.
Westbrook on a team losing in the first round doesn't happen often.
It can't happen.
Yeah, it can happen.
You got two MVPs on the team. That's
Exactly. It's like
that's
too much star power to lose. But to lose to
exactly
LeBron and AD or PG and
that's
Kawhi,
different.
alright,
That's
sure.
different.
But, because, like, I could see that happening. But I don't see them losing to the Jazz or the Nuggets. That's just my
Yeah,
take. Next question,
no,
Luke.
they
Alright, Luke. Next question. Alright, Luke said that he typed it in.
all right. I'm waiting. Oh, let me go check something. Very back. All right, I'm back. Oh, what am I doing? Ooh.
And just so you know, he's laughing, so he's gonna try to screw us up. Because he knows they
Well,
were on a
I
roll.
won't read it. I
But
won't read it.
he's just a dick.
Oh no, this one's actually a good question. What players could make a case to improve their game to help their team win?
For example, he, he just, I'm
I,
acting cool and like saying random stuff. It's not a
yeah.
question. Mm. What player can make a case to make that team better? Wait, look, you mean like for the future? Like, yeah, but like who in the playoffs could lead the team in the right direction for the future?
Exactly. That's the future.
All right. So what he's saying is like, who in the playoffs can make a not a move, but like can show that they're gonna move in the right direction, like their team is gonna move forward in the right direction.
Luca.
Yeah, I think it's the Mavericks too. I think they're gonna have a good run. They're
Mavericks haven't had a.
probably gonna get
Yeah,
first rounded, but it's a step in the right direction.
yeah, Mavericks
So
haven't had a good run since like what 2000.
2011, when they
Yeah, well,
actually
like
won,
with Dirk, with like Dirk and Jason Terry,
they
and that's
actually
just
won it all that year.
one.
So
Exactly. Yeah, with Dirk and Jason Terry, they haven't. Yeah, but now with Luca and Porzingis, I think that's gonna be a repeat of Jason Terry and Dirk Nowitzki. If I'm being honest. And moving forward, I think Luca's gonna keep up that same energy, and in the future, the Mavericks will I guess, go. Luka, I'm telling you, Luka will bring bring Dallas a second championship.
I think so too, but it's not now.
Not now, but
I say
sometime in the
like maybe
future.
2024, 2025, not now.
Oh, around that year, yeah. Well, that's like when the players are going to decline and LeBron's going to retire, so I think he's going to have a good advantage
So it's
there.
his league now, like it's his league.
Yep, no threats, no nothing.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Next question, Luke.
Really, tomorrow? Damn, good rookie. This one's not a question, but uh, talk. He wants us to talk about Giannis.
What about him? Top five
Uh,
player right now. Not willing to put him in the top three yet. Well, right now,
mm,
I'll put him at number three. But when KD
mm-hmm,
and Curry come back,
mm-hmm,
he's arguably number five. Everyone thinks that he's number one right now, but I'm not one of those people. Believe me, I
yeah.
really like him. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's a future all-time great. Has the
To be honest,
potential to be the best of all time.
mm-hmm,
But again, like Luka, LeBron has to retire and all the players for Giannis to be in consideration for the best player in
yeah,
the league. Because if LeBron and Kawhi are still in the league,
mm-hmm,
you know,
yeah. If I'm being honest, most of the people that are saying Giannis is number one right now are mostly people who like 10-year-olds as of right now. If I'm being
I
completely
see
honest.
where they're coming from, but like the explanation and stuff is like, I guess, wrong.
To be honest, the way these kids like nowadays, the way they see Giannis is the way we see LeBron. That's just them. That's just their point of view, to be honest.
Mhm.
Whereas we, like me and you, for instance, we think LeBron is like number one because obviously he is the best player in the league and he still is the best player in the league.
Until he retires, I'm not gonna say that he's not.
Yeah,
And I bet the
exactly,
majority of other basketball fans could say the same thing. Until
exactly.
LeBron retires, I'm never gonna go against him. I don't
Yeah.
even know in
Oh.
the NBA Finals. I'm not saying that I'm gonna root for the Lakers every year, but because I'm not,
Hmm.
I'm still a Cavs fan. But
Yeah.
he's the person who I want to see win.
And,
So,
actually, Luke was specific. Now he just gave the specifics. He said talk about Giannis playoff wise.
oh, if he chokes again, they're screwed.
Yep.
If, but
Giannis
I'm
can't
saying
lose.
in the
He
first
can't
and
go down like
second
this.
round, he didn't play bad at all. He just ran into Kawhi at the wrong possible time.
For some, yeah, because Kawhi, I don't know how he just popped off, and that was just too much.
Yeah,
Kawhi was just being too much for him.
it was just a scenario of wrong place, wrong time.
He
That's what
still,
I
and
think.
he still won MVP that season. Still won MVP.
Yeah, do you agree that it was wrong place, wrong time?
Mm-hmm.
But at least this season, Kawhi's not in the East. So that just made it, I wouldn't say much weaker, because I think the East is still strong. Because now they got Tatum, Siakam, Embiid, Jimmy Butler. There's still other players in the East. Obviously, the West is better, but
I think the fact I think the fact that Kawhi got
uh,
traded to the Raptors was really like, well,
yeah.
if I'm being honest, I feel like this is my opinion. I feel like uh, the fact that he got traded to the Raptors really gave him an advantage. Cause think about it, he was when he was on the Spurs, right? He was like under Tim Duncan, who had a lot of finals experience, mad playoff experience, and he was just under someone who was experienced, right? Now, when he got traded to the Raptors, he felt that because if you looked at the Raptors before he got traded, think about it. since like DeRozan left and all, he felt that he could be the one to give the Raptors experience.
Yeah,
He just took advantage of that. Okay.
exactly.
Mhm.
Next question.
Yep.
Alright, did you get the question?
Mhm.
Alright, read it.
What percent would you give the 76ers to win the championship?
Alright, win or make it? Because win, I'll say less than one. But
Win.
make it,
Yeah.
I don't think I can quite say a percent. But
Yeah.
if I could say highly unlikely. But I'm not going to rule it out officially until it happens. Because there's still a very talented team. If they could get that chemistry together and like fix these locker room issues, they're a championship team.
Brett Brown
But
too, especially like with Brett
they should
Brown. If I'm
fire
being
him.
honest,
Jeez.
he's one of the worst coaches as of right now when it comes to signing and like who giving who minutes and whatnot. Guy's insane.
Mhm. But then again,
And then
in the division itself, they have the Raptors and the Celtics. That's already a pain in the ass to play through, which I feel the Celtics could probably beat the 76ers in 5 games. The Raptors could probably beat the Sixers in 5. So like
yeah, and
I
look,
think can they make the finals? Yes. Is it likely? No. That's just what I'm going to rule it as. I'm just going to say they
yeah.
can, but it's very unlikely. That's
And here's the thing, ready? Look, there
all
are
I
a
can
lot
say.
of good centers. There are a lot of good centers out there. I like a lot of centers now. Embiid, really good center, and I kind of like the way he plays. Mo, but the one guy I hate on that team, Al Horford.
What do you have against him?
I don't know. I watched some Sixers games, right? And a lot of times Al Horford, he's a center, but he thinks of himself as a shooter. I don't know if you noticed that. But Al Horford thinks of himself as a shooter, not a center.
Agree. All right, next question. All
He's like really like he's always shooting three
right,
for some
Michael.
reason.
So
And
do you
I don't
agree
know.
with me? It's possible, but unlikely.
Yeah,
All right.
I do.
I think, Michael, if you had to pick, who do you think has a higher chance to make it? Heat or Sixers? I think Heat,
Heat,
because to be honest, I get they have
Young,
Tobias Harris and stuff, but Kendrick Nunn and Tyler Hero, uh, who do they have?
Butler, Bam.
Olenek, even Iguodala. Bam
Mm-hmm.
is a next like elite center. He's probably definitely a top 10 center right now. Don't know about top 5, but he's like
Yeah,
another young stud. So I'll pick the Heat over the Sixers. But
yeah, I will.
talent-wise, the 76ers, I'll take them talent-wise.
And I don't know if you know this, but for me, the Sixers are almost like the Nets. They have some good players, but then their bench
I'll
is
take the
most is full of G League players.
I'll take the Sixers over the Pacers right now because
Yeah,
Oladipo
I
is
will
opting
definitely.
out. I do like Miles
And
Turner and stuff, but
Sabonis.
76ers are too talented. Yeah, the 76ers are too talented to go against.
The bonus is growing. Is just growing into his dad.
Next question, Luke. All right, Michael. Next question.
Yeah, hold up. That's a horrible shot. Watch that going.
Next question, Michael.
Okay. All right. Makes it a valid point. We've been really quiet about the Suns, so we should give him some predictions.
All right, can they make noise in the what's it called qualifying round? Yes. Are they making it to the playoffs? No. Like I said
No.
before, they can only afford to lose 2 games. When you look at the schedule, you already see Lakers, Clippers, or whatnot, and you're already like, okay, so now we can't lose the rest of our games. So I think, can they make
Probably.
noise? Yes. But are they gonna make it? It's a less than 1% chance. They're not gonna make
I,
it.
this is my opinion. I don't know if this is yours too, but I feel like the Suns are one of the biggest sleeper teams right now in the NBA.
To make the playoffs, Michael, it's like 1 in 1,000. So if you're gonna try to,
Exactly.
so if you're gonna try to convince me to say to pick this one, I'm not.
No.
But
Suns, I
you're
can't.
not saying that they're making the playoffs, right?
No, they're not. Because look,
All right, all right.
they have some good players, but it's just I'm not a big fan of really how they play. They got some good players. They got Kelly Oubre, DeAndre Ayton, Booker especially. Like don't even forget about Booker.
My God, trade Booker.
Yeah, exactly. He
He deserves
to
better.
to to the Wolves. I just got to see that trio, and everyone's got to see that trio with Towns, D'Lo, and Booker.
But
Everyone's got to see that trio.
I know that everyone's gonna hop on the bandwagon and say, "Oh, they're contenders now, and they're contenders." They're not
Yeah, no,
contenders. They're probably an 8 seed. I don't see them as a 5 or
they're
6 seed.
no. Cause look, they ain't no like D Wade, LeBron Bosh, or like
Exactly.
Pierce, Ray
They're
Allen, and
they're
Garnett.
not Curry, Clay, Draymond. Yeah,
They ain't that
I get your
duo, but
point.
they just young, talented duo, and that's all I can really say.
If they could stick together 5, 6 years, sure. Right
Sure, maybe
now,
they could.
though, no. Like right now,
Yeah.
no. Next question.
Okay. Not a question. Let's see. All right. So Fox and Hield have a lot of future. I mean, well, not future. Have like a lot of future potential. Do you agree?
All right, yes, they're a dynamic duo backcourt. They're very good. Fox is a very good defender, averaging almost 2 steals a game, top 5 in steals per game this season. Can they make noise in the qualifying round? They're just like the Suns, but I'll give them a slightly higher chance than the Suns, just because
And
I like their young team better than the Suns. The Suns do have DeAndre Ayton, like besides Booker, they have Kelly Oubre. They still have Ricky Rubio on the team, but
yeah,
I just think the Kings are better than the Suns, but it's
I
not
think
by
so
a
too.
lot. I would maybe give the Kings a 5% chance to make it. Suns
And
1.
Hield, Hield is like a he's like a really good playmaker. And not only that, but he's also a pretty good shooter, might I add. And Bob, we are also forgetting it's not only just Buddy Hield and De'Aaron Fox, but they also have Marvin Bagley.
Mhm.
And
Good power forward.
yeah, really. And you also have Harrison Barnes. I mean, well, not great, but I can just admit that he's good. That's all I can really say about Harrison Barnes. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I think he's not great, but I think he's good at the same time.
Next, Luke.
Ugh.
Oh, he said that he sent you a question from PS messages.
No, it's not. It's not relevant.
It is not.
Nope.
I Luke's gonna say technically the Magic are playing home. So just ignore that one. But like, if you have a question
Yep, yep.
that you want to say right now, you can.
I'm good.
All right,
Alright.
Luke. More questions.
Yes, that wasn't pretty bad.
Michael, if you're confident in your predictions, do you think you could do it right now?
Not exactly. I'm not. I don't. I never really feel confident in predictions. And sometimes for me, my predictions aren't really right.
Next question.
I'm still waiting. Ah, my controller. I gotta charge. Didn't even know that happened. Yeah. Oh, finals predictions. I honestly don't really know what to do for finals predictions.
I'm not ready
Really.
yet.
Yeah, me neither.
I
All I can say is, I for me, I can't choose. Either Bucks or Lakers, maybe Clippers Celtics. That's it.
so those like your four teams, but you don't know like the matchup that it's
No,
gonna be yet.
no,
All
I
right, same. So I think that the sleeper team in the West. Oh, okay. Look, this is what I'm. This is. I'm gonna make up the next question. All right.
don't. Okay.
In each conference, who is your sleeper team?
Each conference. All right. Let's see. Western. Obviously, for me, the Suns are a sleeper team. That's just me. I think the Suns are a sleeper team. And then in the East,
Go to the streams, listen to what I'm saying.
let me think about the East for this one. Not the Wizards. I don't know. Maybe the Magic.
Who? What's Lakers? No, I said who's the sleeper team?
Uh,
Listen.
I mean the East aren't.
Each conference, who's
I,
your sleeper
I
team?
think the Magic are a sleeper team.
Oh wait, Luke. One word.
But
Really? Really? Just really.
well, I can't say anything about the Eastern, but I can say Western
No, but
Suns.
do you
But
know what sleeper team means? If it's not the
yeah,
Lakers or
teams that sleep on.
no, I'm saying if it's not the Lakers or Clippers, you're telling me that it's gonna be the Suns. That's that's what you're telling me right now.
What?
If it's not the Lakers or Clippers in the finals, it's gonna be the Suns. Really?
Ah, no.
No.
Ah, I thought you were talking about something else, like team. That
Okay, so you thought okay, so I mean sleeper team, but I don't necessarily mean who's the most
oh,
underrated team
cause
going into it.
no, like what I'm really, cause usually I thought what you were trying to talk about is like teams that like a lot of people just don't really like give up on.
Oh no no no.
Oh no, not that, cause that's usually my sleeper team conversations. It's like mostly like what team to play. Oh, like finals sleeper teams,
Like just
right?
sleeper teams and like in general.
teams in general for like the finals. Uh, finals. Okay, well maybe the Lakers Clippers. So either Lakers Clippers got it. No, they're not.
Like close
Jazz
to that.
maybe.
Who?
Jazz.
Alright, you think that they can make some noise?
I think that, yeah. I
Alright.
think we're like yeah. I think they can actually make something. The Jazz.
I think it's Jazz and Heat.
Mhm.
The Heat are getting slept on. Everyone's saying, oh, uh, Raptors, Celtics, Bucks. Bucks, Celtics, Raptors. Celtics,
Listen,
Bucks, Raptors.
the only reason people saying Raptors is just because they still just
But they
give
are
them
the
hope.
defending champs. And they
They
are
are
the
different.
2 seed without Kawhi. So, that's impressive.
That's something
I'm not taking anything against them. Will I be surprised
impressive,
if they make
but
the finals? No.
teams with superstars will all. But teams with superstars always show something in the playoffs.
If it's Bucks versus Raptors, for
It's
me,
Bucks. I mean,
the safe
Bucks.
bet would be Raptors. To
Bucks.
be honest, nah. To be honest,
Really?
I'm not saying I would pick the Raptors, but if I want a safe bet, I would pick the Raptors. If it's like a 7 game series, I see it going to 7 games. But then again, I just don't see how Giannis could win a finals.
Yeah.
Alright, Luke, type in more questions. Luke
Ah,
said that hearing
we
you.
have we have been quiet about the Pacers. Actually, no,
Oladipo's
we talked.
sitting out. No, Oladipo's sitting out. Luke, we
Yeah,
talked
no, we
about
talked about
Sabonis. Yeah.
Sabonis become somewhat rising to be his father. Miles Turner being someone. You think Miles Turner could be like an X factor
Uh,
for the team?
he's an underrated center. Not really talked about as much as the other guys.
I think he could be like an X factor.
Uh, he's pretty much their star player. So right now, yes.
Yeah.
Next, Luke.
What have I been doing bad this game?
Next.
No. 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 Oh, I just buy Parker sucks.
Luke said he doesn't have any more questions. So if you wanna make up a few questions,
I really don't have anything. Been a good hour. Maybe we could end off the stream here. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I have any questions. Do you have any more questions, Phil?
nah.
Nah, I guess I'm just gonna end off the stream here. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace
Thank you
out.
guys for watching, and we will see you right before the playoffs start to give our early playoff predictions.
Yeah.
Bye.